Hansen. I got one of my best friends in the whole world over here. I can't wait to go try to tie a knot in her booth and make sure that I still know how to tie a knot. But Wendy, welcome to the show. It's Promar Ahi USA Monday, gang. We're talking Promar products today, but really what we need to talk about, what I've been talking about every day on the show and why Wendy's here, something near and dear to both of our hearts, this sand bass closure that's coming down the pipe right now. We're running out of time, gang. We only got a couple days left to send in our letters. And then besides our letters, then we got now Wayne just sent me a message right before we went live, Wendy. They changed the day. Now it's not the 12th, it's the 13th that we're going to be allowed to talk, gang. So we'll show every single thing leading up till the 13th. We'll show the link. I have the QR code right here. If you want to find out what we're talking about, you can get all the information right here off our QR code to find out why Wendy and I are so adamant about saving the sand bass. And we definitely have a bigger interest in saving the sand bass than the people that want to close the sand bass. I'll promise you that. So you guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, you can grab the QR code there and go down the rabbit hole like Wendy and I have, and you'll find out what we're talking about. My sister is leading the parade to try to slow another closure down that's coming down the pipe, gang. You have no idea. Everywhere we look, they just want to abolish fishing in California and around the United States. But this sand bass thing, we don't have time to wait for the new president to help us because we're running out of time. It's up to us. We're running a huge grassroots program through your Saltwater guide with some help from CCA and all of you that are watching our show today. But I thought it was important to bring Wendy on here so you guys can see a different perspective. Wendy represents Iser Line, and she's got a lot to say about this subject because it's near and dear to her heart. You and I grew up fishing sand bass, right, Wendy?
Absolutely. And that's our gateway. Fishing is half-day boats fishing for bass. And, during the summer, what do kids do? They're out of school. Where do they go? They go to Dana Wharf to the summer fishing camp program. And what are they going to do if sand bass is closed June through August when they're off of school? If they close it, they're not going to be able to fish for sand bass and see what it is to get on the water, to enjoy a day with your family. It's just unbelievable.
It doesn't really make any sense to you and I. You and I have been doing this for a very long time, and you know how important that sand bass fish is to our industry, because the really cool thing about the migratory sand bass, it shows up right when school gets out for the summer, and then it disappears right when school goes back. And it was the most unbelievable thing that was sent down from the heavens to introduce children to fishing. And then you get to take a couple fish home and eat them. I don't understand why that is bad. Maybe somebody other than Wendy and I can explain it to us. Why is teaching kids how to fish and letting them eat fish, why is that bad, Wendy?
It just drives me nuts. To be able and to see a kid's face the first time they catch a sand bass, their faces light up. They want to take it home if it's legal. It teaches them conservation because if it's short, they'll throw it back and let it grow up for another day so somebody else can catch it. I mean, all around, it's educational, it's fun, and you're putting food on the table.
Yeah, and we're teaching conservation every day when you go on the half day or the 3/4 day boat, when we bring that fish over to the measuring device and measure it and then tell the child this fish has another year before we can take it. It's just so educational. The sand bass is what the industry was built on. Every single sport boat that you all see, that was built off the back of the barred sand bass. One thing I want everybody that's watching the show to understand: there is no shortage of barred sand bass in California. There is no shortage of barred sand bass in California. There's lack of knowledge on how to find them. There's lack of knowledge on how to fish. But other than that, there's no shortage of fish. If you want to jump in the water and go swim down and look, gang, you'll be blown away by the volume of sand bass. And this isn't even the sand bass that they think they're going to try to protect, the migratory fish. We're the ones that we look at in Southern California. Those are our residence fish that when the massive schools of aggregating, spawning sand bass show up in Southern California, gang, that is a very small time frame. And it happens when the water's cool, when we have a lot of nutrients in the water, which we haven't had for 15 years. And they're taking all the knowledge they're getting, Wendy, is off of our fish counts, which is absolutely ridiculous because we're using 7-inch sardines and the water's 72 degrees. Those two things, you'll never get a sand bass. Now we're in a cold water year this year. What's going to happen, Wendy? We're going to see a phenomenal amount, right?
Absolutely. But you look at, like you said, they're going off the catch logs from the CPFVs. But what have we had the last 4 years or more? We've had people fishing for bluefin tuna. The
Right.
bluefin tuna, you can go out of Dana Wharf and catch them 5 miles out of the harbor, or 2 miles out of the harbor. You want to go fish for sand bass or you want to go get a tuna?
Right.
So you can't go off catch rates.
No, you can't. But also, you remember when you and I were young, we didn't have sardines for bait. We had anchovies. You drop an anchovy down to the bottom on a number 2 or a number 4 hook, and a sand bass can eat that. You drop a 7-inch sardine down. Well, first of all, it probably won't even hit the bottom because you don't have enough weight on there, and he's swimming your weight all around and making a huge tangle. But to think that that's how we're going to, that's the new way we're going to do science is by the half day and 3/4 day fish counts. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, doesn't make sense. It's like we're guilty first, and then we have to prove our innocence. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and CDFW wants, or actually our fish and game commissioners, because I believe that the wardens are also fishermen, and they're one of us. It comes from the higher up, from the fish and game commissioners, who had proposals that didn't include a zero limit. You had a choice, of one fish, reduction of one fish or 2 fish, whatever, but not a zero limit. When the president says, oh, I want a zero limit, that's just ridiculous. It's draconian.
Right. And then we go back to the no science. There was no science. This is a 100% emotional closure. And I was reading on another fish website, if you will. I don't know why they call it that, but it's a website fishermen go on. And there's so many people saying, oh, this is going to be great. Well, let me explain to those of you that own a private boat how great this isn't going to be. You guys love to pull up to the bait barge and get live bait. It's kind of a privilege here in California to go get live bait from the bait barge. Every other place in the world, they have to catch their own bait. We get to pull up and just put netfuls of live bait on our yachts and our private boats and the sport boats. When the sport boats are no longer fishing, gang, there'll be no more bait companies. There'll be no more bait boats. There'll be no more bait barge full of bait. You guys on your 22-foot Wellcraft, you're not supporting the bait company. You're helping them a little bit, but you're not. It's the sport boats. And if you take away our last real fish for us to catch, which is the sand bass, it's going to have a massive financial impact on everybody. I showed this to a couple of our friends yesterday. I want you to see this article, Wendy. If you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sixth line down, gang, it says that the closing of the sand bass is not going to have a financial effect on the sport fishing community. Wendy, when does the sport fleet make their money in the summertime?
Not only is it going to affect the fleet, it will affect, there's going to be a huge trickle down effect. All the companies, when you prepare to go on a trip, whether it's tackle, whether it's gear, whether it's sunscreen, whether it's clothing, if you're not going to have people out there in the sun and participating, it's going to be a trickle down effect. The snacks, the sodas, everything, from the sport boats shopping at Smart and Final to pick up their groceries to put on the boat, from the hot dogs, the hamburgers, everything is affected. The fuel docks,
the coffee shops, the donut shops.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's really important is for people to look for, um, on your website, you have a barcode, but I also have a petition at change.org that I started last night. I already have 200 signatures. What I'm going to do is if you can sign it, share it, find it, um, you can sign it, and then I will print it out and we will take it to the Fish and Game Commission. Now we have, for public comments that you're going to submit, you have to have it in by January 30th at 5 p.m. So it needs to be done right away. Don't do it later, do it now.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, gang, you're saying, why didn't you tell us before? Well, I've been telling everybody for 2 months. I've been talking about this on my show, but we didn't get the writing like I told you. They're going to give it to us X amount of days before. They just gave this to us on Thursday, was the first day any of us saw that we can put in a letter, and they gave us 6 days to do it. So we didn't wait. We've been standing here waiting for them to tell us. So when Wendy says she wrote the letter, because she did, because she got the information, she wrote the letter. It's available for everybody. We'll share it on our platform, gang, so you can all grab a piece of that. Plus, Kelly Girl wrote a letter for everybody, and I don't know, probably 200 of our members have already sent it off. We have a lot of ways to show everybody that we care. And Wendy's letter will be available on our platforms, gang, and also on our website at yoursaltwaterguide.com. You guys can all grab her letter. The more noise we make, the better the chance of slowing this thing down, gang. And if we all just sit here and suck our thumbs and say, well, I don't even like Sam. One of the dumbest comments I've seen so far is people saying, I don't even like sand bass. I don't even like sand bass. So I don't care if they close sand bass. I know what just happened. It's okay. We talked about it. But yeah, gang, this is about fishing, period, not sand bass. That's where they're using the word sand bass, Wendy, to throw everyone off. But this is about stopping us from fishing. Right?
Absolutely.
Are you there?
You know, you look at, yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, got you loud and clear.
Okay. So, yes, it's all about stopping fishing, because at first we get the MPAs. Oh, we're building these MPAs and it's for you, it's for your own good. We're going to have spillover. You're going to have more fish to catch. BS. They made those, and they asked us for a lot of information. You know, we have 400 years of on the water experience, and yet they took every single one of our hard substrate, and they took all of our good fishing spots. So now we can't fish that. And then next they did in 2013, it went from a 10 bass limit to a 5 bass limit, and now they want to go to a 0 sand bass limit for June through August. They're just taking everything away. No, stop. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, the thing about that, what happened in 2013 when they took the sand bass away from us, they took the sand bass, the calico bass, the spotted bay bass on the same exact day, said they were all under the same amount of pressure. This was another emotional closure. And then with no scientific evidence at all, they took the size from 12 inches and pushed it up to 14 inches, gang. And none of that was done with science either. The 12-inch size limit was done with science because they figured out that fish spawns 4 times in its lifetime, and then we're allowed to take it. When you pushed it from 12 inches to 14 inches, it accomplished absolutely nothing. And if you read all the articles that are available when you go to Save the Sand Bass through that QR code, you'll read in there where they say, well, we can't put our finger on any significant changes in the fishery since we changed it from 12 inches to 14 and from 10 to 5. So here we go again. They even are telling you all that they have no science. This is an emotional closure because somebody's sister's aunt's cousin went out fishing for sand bass. They don't know where to fish and they don't know how to fish, and they didn't catch any. So now there's none.
Yeah, there must be a decline because they couldn't catch them. BS. Learn to fish.
That's what we do at our website. We teach you guys where to go catch them at. There's no shortage of fish. There's shortage of knowledge. But gang, if you don't help us and get involved. Wendy and I were talking before we went live. One of the definitions of insanity is doing nothing, expecting something to happen. Nothing happens when you do nothing. So we're all going to do everything we can. I'm going to talk about it till it's over. Either they open it or they close it, but we're not going to stop talking about it, because as soon as they accomplish this, whichever it is that they want to, they're on to the next bright and shiny object, which is the 30 by 30, where they're going to close 30% of your lakes and streams, which you guys haven't been affected yet, but they're coming for you next.
Another thing that they want to do is implement a 38-inch white sea bass size limit from 28 to 38, 10 inches.
We talked about that the other day on the show, Wendy. You know how delicate those fish are to begin with. Can you imagine holding up a 27.5-inch white sea bass to try to measure it?
Right.
Oh my gosh. There's no science. This is all emotional closures, gang. You can find Wendy, let them know where they can find your letter.
You can find my letter on my Facebook page or Instagram page, Wendy Tochihara, Tochihara. I also shared it on a lot of fishing Facebook pages, and a lot of people have been sharing it. I'm also going to send it to you, and you can send your viewers to it to sign it. I think it's really important, please look for it. We need your signatures. We need our community. Even if you don't fish for sand bass, if you're just a freshwater fisherman, sign it. We need to stick together. If you're a commercial fisherman, sign it. We need to stick together. The more numbers we have, the louder we are.
And that's what I was telling everybody last week. I don't care if you're in Florida, Texas, Washington, wherever you're at. When they're done here, they're coming for you guys, and they already are coming for you guys. We need to band together, like Wendy keeps saying. It's the most important thing we can do is we the people. That's what everyone keeps forgetting. The United States of America was built on the backs of we the people. We're the people, gang. We can't let these entities keep closing down our passions. Whatever our passion is, they're coming for it. They don't care. They just want you to sit at home and suck your thumb and stare at your phone. That's all they want. And I don't understand these people, Wendy, that fish that say, well, I don't care. It's sand bass. What do I care? Really? Because they're coming for your bluefin. They're coming for your bait. They're coming for your boat. They're coming for your boat, gang. They want you to have an engine on your boat that doesn't exist yet. Right. They haven't even made these engines yet, but they want you to be driving your boat around with the engine that doesn't exist. Figure that out. And if you don't, you got to go look at the CARB initiative and go, huh? They want you to have an engine on your boat by 2025 that doesn't exist.
So, it is really important. So please do sign it. A lot of people during the MLPA process, and you were there, Dave, there were only a handful of people that were there all the time at the meetings. But I would see guys skip the meeting and say, no, I have to work. But yet they would take a day off and go fishing. This isn't as hard. You don't have to skip fishing. Just sign the piece of paper, sign the document, and get it sent in. Super easy.
No, you're absolutely right. Every one of us should be involved. And then when this meeting takes place, the Zoom meeting on the 13th, how wonderful would it be to see 30,000 people waiting to talk?
That would be awesome.
And we can do that, gang. We can do that if we all band together. You guys are watching it. We got 78 people watching us live right now. And if every one of you shared with one person, start to double that number and start to understand. One of our members, John Stanley, he's so passionate about saving fish, and he took the day off from work today, and he's hitting every tackle store in San Diego. He's on his own dime. He's going to every tackle store and putting a flyer up there and the letter to sign. You guys, it's up to us to save this. It's up to us. I don't want to, like I cried last week, I don't want to not be able to take my grandkids fishing. And that's where we're headed right now. So you got to quit thinking about the word sand bass and just think about the word fishing. Because that's the key here is they do not want you to fish, Wendy, right?
It's just another closure, fishing closure. That's all it is. And, it's like tax and spend, tax and spend. It's same thing with us in the fishing industry. Just keep cutting and keep cutting, and eventually they'll have their way and we won't be a fishing state. So we need to stop them now, and they're not going to stop. So we have to fight.
Yeah, we the people. It's time for us to get involved. You can't give $10 to CCA and then jump in your car and go do whatever you're going to do, gang. That we already found out the process doesn't work. That doesn't mean I don't want you to support CCA, because I do, because there's a million things coming down the pipe, and we talk about CCA every day on the show also. But I think it's time. We've all seen we can't allow other people to try to fix this for us. We all need to be involved. We all need to jump on this as much as we can. And something I want you all to understand, I am so passionate about this. This doesn't help my algorithm. This doesn't help my viewership talking about this every single day. But my little granddaughter wants to go fish with Papa, and I want her to be able to fish with me. That's why I'm doing this. My father, what you all don't understand, my father was very, very successful in his life. But he spent the last 40 years of his life, and he didn't have to, but he flew all over the world making sure that he kept fishing open for me and Wendy and my sister and my brother and our grandkids. My father bent over backwards when we all didn't understand how political this thing was. My dad's like, you guys don't understand. I have to be in here fighting. If I'm not here fighting, there won't be anybody to fight. Well, my sister and I and my brother, we jumped onto the bandwagon with my father. We're involved like you can't even believe. And I just want you all to help us keep fishing open. Like my dad used to say, help me keep fishing open, you guys. And we didn't understand, Wendy. We were like, what are you talking about, Dad? You're a politician now? You're a fisherman. What are you doing? And what a stud he was, right?
Absolutely. He's totally right. And the founder of Iserline, Russ Iser, he was on it too. I mean, talk about a thorn in CDFW's side. He was a thorn. What would really help is if we got rid of Governor Newsom and had a conservative governor, because the governor picks his fish and game commissioners. And so that really needs to change. We need a conservative governor who believes in our right, the 25th Amendment, to fish.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, gang. It's all about who you vote for. And you guys, like the new president was saying the other day, you guys are getting to see what happens when you vote for those kind of people. California is devastated right now. Devastated because they didn't believe that we needed water to put out fires. That's where their heads are at, gang. They didn't believe we needed water. They didn't want to support the insurance companies. That's why they all left. That's why you don't have insurance companies. It's because of this mismanagement of the state of California. And companies like Iserline and companies like Dana War Sport Fishing are not going to exist if we do not slow this closure thing down, gang. Yeah, my sister loves whale watching. Yeah, she does. But heaven forbid the people stop fishing. That's going to change the whole, outlook of the whole thing when there's no more bait barges, gang. Your private boaters, your boat storages, like Wendy said, the trickle down effect is absolutely phenomenal. You lose the ma and pa coffee shops. When they put this letter out the other day, Wendy, and I'm going to just show it to everybody again. When they said there's no economic impact on the closure of another fishery, that's the biggest lie. Forget everything else. When you read this and you just go, wait a minute, there's no economic impact? Really?
That's
if you
crazy.
guys look, the sixth line there, the sixth line down, just read it for a second. You just blow your mind. How can there be no economic impact if we can't fish? All the sport boats, do the sport boats generate any income for anybody? Like you said,
crazy.
Smart and Final in Dana Point sells a couple cans of soda pop every day to the sport boats. It's crazy.
Not only does this affect the kids like I was talking about during the summer, but there are so many organizations that take out disabled veterans. They get out there, they have something fun to do, and 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 they get out on the water and they have a great day. I mean, how many organizations do we volunteer for that we take veterans out and go fishing?
Yeah, there's just too many things to think about. When they say there's no economic impact, that opens up your mind to go, well, wait a minute. There are so many things connected to the fishing, the veterans, the war heroes on water, the wounded warriors. They all revolve around helping psychological outlook of people's lives by taking them fishing. Fishing has been a part of American history since the very beginning of time. Like I say, Michael Folks is on my show every Tuesday with me. Benjamin Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, when they wrote the Declaration of Independence, it was done in a secret fishing club hidden in the mountains where they wrote the Declaration of Independence. And those were all outdoorsmen, and they knew how important it was. We are setting on the precipice of losing fishing in the United States of America. And it's a lot of people sucking their thumbs, standing on the sidelines going, well, I hate the sport boats. I don't like the way they fish. I hate this. Okay, good for you. But they're going to take everything away. And you guys that are saying these silly things on social media, the people that want to take it from us are watching you. And they're going, this is going to be super easy to grab. Look here it is. It's going to be super easy if we all don't get involved, if we don't all pay attention. And I know you're getting tired of hearing it from me, gang, but this is super passionate to me. Thank you, Elliot, for jumping in here. We've been throwing the QR code up pretty much the whole show, and I know you've been watching. But Wendy, leave us with, and the example for the people. There it is right there. There's that
Perfect.
letter. Yep, Elliot's the man, my producer. There's nobody better. He's the very best producer in the industry, and he gets it. He understands. If fishing leaves Southern California, Elliot will be working for some gaming company or something. He doesn't want to do that.
Elliot, this is more fun, huh, Elliot?
Yeah, he works for Team Bad Company. He works for Fishworks. He works for my sister. He works for Promar. He works for the biggest names in the industry, and he doesn't want us to not be able to fish either, gang. It's super important, gang. I cannot emphasize this enough. Get involved, get involved, get involved. Right, Wendy?
Absolutely. And then get involved.
Yeah. And be a part of it, because as soon as we're done with this sand bass thing, gang, we got another one coming right down the pipe. They're not going to slow down. Like Wayne said many times on this show, we're not asking you guys. We're begging you now. We're all begging for you guys to help us to fight this.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. This is really important to me. This is my livelihood, but this is also my passion. So,
Yeah,
this is my therapy. Fishing is my therapy.
And it's her business. It's her job. So
absolutely.
Next time you see Wendy on the boat, say hi to her. Tell her you saw her on your saltwater guide. I don't think you and I are done doing this together. So we will bring you back on the show. We'll try to get Donna to come on. She's flying on an airplane right now to go save us from some other garbage that's going on. Gang, I want to thank Wendy for joining us. Everybody, Wendy, you can jump on here and look at all the comments. There's a lot of people are involved. A lot of people are commenting about you. You can jump in there when you get to work, because I know you don't want to work at work, and jump on here and answer all these comments. Check it all out. All right?
All righty. Well, thank you.
Thank you very much for being a part of this morning. I know how passionate you are about it, and I'm very happy to have you with us on the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your show.
We will give it a try. Thanks, Wendy. Have a great day. Go to work.
Too. Bye-bye.
See you later. All right, gang. So Wendy's super passionate about it. We got a couple of other buddies that are jumping on here that we see every Wednesday or every Monday. We see Justin out there fishing every Wednesday. We're going to bring Justin. Brian from Promar's hanging out in the comment section, gang. If you guys don't know, Promar is our big sponsor. They sponsor our shows Monday and Tuesdays, and they sponsor our live fishing shows every time we go live out there. We can't do any of this without Promar. So we're going to throw Promar's QR code up on the screen. I'm going to bring Justin in here in just a second, and then hopefully Al and Pablo join us. But Justin, what's going on at your house there? Raising some puppies right now, huh?
Yes. All these little frickin' puppies we're raising over here. We got 8 really cute, adorable puppies.
How bad do the snakes want a puppy?
Oh, they don't go near them. The snakes, they're actually hibernating right now, so they won't really want to do anything.
They're not playing with them. Hey, Pablo, welcome. Pablo, can you hear us? No.
Hello?
Okay. Pablo can't hear us. He'll get it together here in a minute. But gang, without Promar, we can't do any of this. Promar's standing in the gap also. They're donating a phenomenal amount of time and money to try to keep fishing open for you also. Pablo, the volume's kicking back. It's reverberating off your phone or something. But understand, gang, Promar has always been there for us, helping us fight the fight. Check out all the products at Promar. The QR code's up there. We'll show you a little commercial in a few minutes of some of their. There you go. Thanks, Elliot. Man, Elliot, you're the man. There you go. There's the GT4 fluorocarbon. That's Justin's been working with them on that GT4 fluorocarbon for a very long time. It's a phenomenal product. The cast nets, I'm getting one for Roy down at his house in Mexico, so him and Royale can start practicing throwing the cast net. But there's the GT4 fluorocarbon, gang. That's what I fish with. That's what Pablo and Justin fish with. Captain Al Clowers uses. You can't get on one of our boats or go out fishing with us without seeing Promar products all over the place. There's Captain Al Clowers. Welcome, Al. Thanks.
What's up, gentlemen?
We're excited to have you here, buddy.
Yeah, I was on there earlier, and I knew I wasn't going to get in the middle of that arena, so I just been standing by.
Yeah, I tried to send you a letter. I don't know if you saw it, or a message. Didn't know if you saw it or not. We were going to go a little bit late because Wendy needed to get on here and tell everybody. The whole industry is jumping on the train here with us. Your saltwater guide. They know we're the biggest voice in the industry right now, so everybody wants to jump in and try to help slow down these closures, gang, because the industry, we need this sand bass fishing. We need to be able to fish, and Promar knows that. They know. So they are right there. They're a big donator to CCA. They're a big donator of their time. Brian's on here right now. If you have any questions about the Promar products or anything, he'll answer your comments over there on the chat section. And if you have any questions for Wendy, who was just with us, Wendy's with Iser Line, gang. I really didn't introduce her proper. I thought everybody knew her because she's my friend, so I thought y'all knew her. But she's from Iser Line. She has a big stake in this sand bass closure because she loves to fish on her days off, and then she's in the fishing industry. So we're all pretty wound up about this. Pablo and Al, what happens if you don't get to fish for sand bass in the bay, boys?
Breaking the law.
It's detrimental to me and all those kids, My grandkids, one of my grandkids call me up every Friday. Hey, Grandpa, can we go fishing Saturday and Sunday? And I had to tell them that I had stuff to do this weekend, but man, it's just, like you said earlier, they migrate, and the migration is perfect for when the kids are out of school,
There's Justin showing a little bit more about how to tie the knots. This is what you get on the QR code on the back. You get to learn the knots that Justin's tying. Pretty amazing that it's on the QR code on the back of the spool of line, right, Justin?
Yes, sir. It's on all of the GT4 and the wind down leaders.
It's pretty good stuff. It's a great product, gang. I talked about it at ICAST last year. I got to be in the middle of the building talking about it. I think one of the most unique things about this product, Justin, is the suppleness of this. Makes it super easy to tie, which a lot of the fluorocarbon nowadays is super stiff, really hard to tie. You're not going to find that with this. It's not a soft product, but it's supple. It's much easier to tie than any of the other fluorocarbons out there.
Yep, absolutely. So someone asked, is Promar Ahi going to have any promos at the PCS show? So here's yes. The short answer is yes. But Promar doesn't sell anything in their booth. You'll have to go to the Turner's booth to buy any of the Promar stuff. And then that's where you're going to get the discounts.
And you know what's really cool is Ben and Steve and Brian are over there. One of them's over there in the Turner's booth in the Promar section. They're hanging out in there. Now you guys, because you're members and you watch the show every day, you know who these guys are now. So you're going to be able to approach them as you know them as friends. A lot of you guys, because of Al and Pablo and Justin, you've got to fish with Brian. Steve and Ben, not so much. They're super busy with their families and stuff, but you know them from the show. They've been on the show. You've seen them. So you can approach those guys in the Turner's booth, ask them about their product. And yeah, like Justin said, they're going to have all kinds of specials.
Yep.
And I just got word, Al and Pablo and Justin, we're going to have that stage every day for an hour and a half. So Dave's going to do a half an hour of stand up, and then you guys are going to do a half an hour of how to fish. I'll get them all wound up, and then you guys can bring it on home and show them how to fish.
I might be able to teach them a couple of things.
Oh, I'm sure you're going to be very busy. All of you guys will be busy because there's a lot of people. Well, you saw it last year, Al, Pablo. You guys were like, what the hell? Look at all these people. It was madhouse, right?
A lot of supporters, man. It's beautiful to see. Yeah. I'm the new guy on the block, and yeah, it blew me away with all the love that was getting spread around over there.
Look at all those people. There they are. Standing room only, waiting for us to talk. Crazy, huh? Right, Pablo?
Oh yeah, it was a blast, man. I mean, it's so cool to see the saltwater community come out there, and a lot of them came out several days, and man, it was just awesome.
They had a good time watching you give me a bunch of crap that they've all wanted to give me for a long time. They were loving that.
Oh, that's funny.
And then Saturday, Justin's son Rylan and I will be up on that stage, and we'll be doing our mullet contest, gang. And if you guys can grow a bigger mullet than me and Rylan, one of you are going to win a free trip on Justin's boat. Talk about that for a minute, Justin.
Yeah, so Saturday during the seminar up on stage, Rylan and Dave are both going to be doing a mullet competition, but you can't just have a mullet and show up over there. I mean, you could if you want to, but you're not going to enter for a chance to win. There's a stipulation on it. You have to be wearing either your saltwater guide hat, shirt, or something, your saltwater guide, and then sport your mullet up on stage. If you're the lucky winner, you're going to get a free spot on my boat on an open party.
So if you don't have a mullet yet, you better start growing it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually quite a few people already that are growing out mullets. So if you're going to do it, you might as well start growing it out now. There's going to be a lot of mullets at this show. A lot. and not only that, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell anyone this, but you're going to be filmed. You're going to be filmed as well. So it's going to be great. This is going to be part of the PCS show, mullet competition up on the Your Saltwater Guide stage. So it's going to be really cool. I would highly recommend everyone do it. At least support it. Come by. Saturday only. Saturday only. We don't know the times. The times won't be given away for the seminars until about, I think Bill Dupree said 2 weeks prior.
Yeah. But hold on a second. You see what's going on here, gang? Kelly girl's walking around with the microphone. You guys, the difference between our seminars and everybody else, we open it up to everybody. We want everybody to be involved. So Kelly girl brings the mic around, hands it to you guys. You got any burning questions you want to ask us? We're right there to answer all the questions. You got Captain Al Clowers, San Diego Back Bay extraordinaire. You got Pablo. He's got that Mission Bay area and the 9 and that La Jolla kelp figured out. Captain Al's got that San Diego Bay, the Coronados, and the bluefin thing. Both these guys are phenomenal tuna fishermen, but you guys, most of us want to learn how to fish those inner spots where we don't have to spend thousands of dollars. And then everybody knows Justin Bottrell. We got to look up his nose for a year. Now he's doing those live fishing shows all over the place. You guys want to learn about Catalina? You want to learn about Long Beach, LA Harbor, or that halibut fishing? These guys will all be there answering all your questions. They'll be up on stage. Kelly Girl will be running around out there with you guys. You can ask us any questions you want. And then every child that comes to the show, we're going to have a bunch of giveaways for the kids. We always do every year. We got hats from Akuma, hats from Promar, hats from Deckhand Sports. We got bags from Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, the kids club bags like Wendy was talking about a little bit ago. We take care of the children. It's a phenomenal seminar to bring your children to. A lot of the kids don't dig the other seminars because they kind of talk right. Not that I'm taking nothing away from the guys that are doing the seminars or the gals, but a lot of them are talking over the top of the kids and they don't get anything out of us. Ours, they get a lot of free stuff. And if any one of us says a bad word, they get more free stuff. So they pay attention at our seminars. It's pretty cool.
And I wanted to add this real quick because I think this is really important. Dave's seminar is the only seminar that has a kid that interacts with the other kids as well.
Yeah, we got Ryland's Corner over on the website. We have Ryland's Corner. It's really fun for the children because most kids aren't going to listen to me, especially because I'm so damn old, or Al. Al scares the hell out of them.
I'm only like 22, man. Come on.
But they'll listen to Ryland, and it's kind of cool to see all the kids come up and talk to Ryland, and they want to know what's going on because they see the kids corner. They see all the cool videos that Justin and Ryland post all the time. And the kids can come up and they can talk to Ryland. It's a pretty spectacular show. And Ryland's part of it. He has been for a few years with me ever since he's been able to come up on stage and talk. He's been coming up on stage and doing his thing. He really enjoys meeting all your kids, and you guys, you'll get a kick out of it too. And thanks for throwing that out there, Justin. Pablo, how are you feeling? Everybody was wondering, man.
I'm good, man. It was a lot easier than I thought. Just the hardest thing is just to take it easy and not do anything. That's probably the hardest thing to do for me. And but no, I feel good. And yeah, just a couple days. And I'm going to be starting to get out as much as possible. And yeah, I got a bunch of open party stuff coming up. I don't have the dates right in front of me, but so far I think I have about 5 that are on the books and just need 1 or 2 more people. And yeah, I'd love to get out hoop netting. I mean, I'm sure it's great right now. There's been a couple members calling me to go out. They're actually going out tonight. And so I gave them a couple quick updates on what I think and what they should do. And we'll see how that works out for those guys. And yeah, this weather can't be at a better time, coinciding with the crawl, the later of the season crawl. And man, this weather's going to stir things up nicely, and definitely a great week to get out. And it sounds like, I think Justin mentioned something that the next couple weeks, it looks like we're going to have some weather. So that's all good for the hoop netting.
Right. And they can get a hold of you. I think Elliot will throw your QR code up there since he's over here producing our show. That's all the stuff that you'll see if you go on to Pablo's Instagram or Facebook page. There's Pablo's number up on the screen, gang. You can get a hold of Pablo if you want to do a trip out of Mission Bay. Then Captain Al Clowers, what's going on down there in San Diego Bay? You've been kicking out some phenomenal game plans. Everybody's loving the game plans. Even if you're not fishing, you learn so much about that back bay from Al's game plans and those maps that you have. Are you going to have any of those maps at the show?
Yeah, so at the show, I'm going to be locked and loaded with all the maps and my chum tubes. So if they want to buy chum tubes right on the spot, and the maps as well. So I'll have all the map binders, the 18-pager. I'll have a lot of the stuff that has normally sold, and then I'll have a little bit of the other stuff. But I'll have everything with me.
Wonderful. And you'll be hanging out in the booth every day?
Yep. Right
Unless
now,
you get a charter, right?
yeah, that's the plan right now. Normally, back in the day, I didn't have time to go to the shows. I was working every day, but hopefully this year it changes a little bit. But no, I'm planning on being up there.
Nice. And then Pablo, are you going to have any of your shirts this year?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring whatever I have right now. I think I got some t-shirts, hoodies. I'll probably bring some hats. A lot of people want the hats, have been hitting me up, but those go really fast. So I don't order that many of those at a time, but yeah, I'll bring hats and t-shirts and a couple of hoodies. If anybody wants anything special, let me know ahead of time so I can make sure I have it. But yeah, I mean the big thing on my mind, and it seems like obviously it's been on everybody's mind, is that sand bass closure. And one thing that I'm doing too is I'm allowing people, well, not allowing people, but if people show me that they wrote in, either emailed or mailed, and they wrote in to the Fish and Game Commission, I'm going to give them a discount too on any guide service or any private charter, because it's that important. And it's been really, really on my mind a lot, just like all of us, like I said. But it's just, this is the gateway. It's like, if they get this passed, which right now it looks like they're headed that way, I can't even imagine what else they're going to try to do based on no scientific data. So yeah, we really need to rally you guys. And as just a little reward, if you do and you send in a letter, I'll give you guys a discount on a private charter or a guide service. And again, make sure you join the CCA, because there's a lot of things, like Captain Hansen says, coming down the pipe that they're there. They're at all the meetings. Unless you want to go to every single meeting, you got to support, the CCA. You got to make your voice heard. So I feel that's what we should all be focused on for the near future. I mean, pretty much forever. We're going to have to keep fighting, keep fishing open.
Exactly. And then one thing why Justin and Al and Pablo are all sitting here, we need you to be there early on the 5th, Pablo, because you got all of our stuff in your garage. So, Pablo, tell Justin and Al you'll be there early on the 5th.
I'll be there at least 5 minutes early on the 5th.
Oh my God, you guys, we got to hold them to that. Because we're all going to be standing there waiting to lay the carpet and set up our booth, Pablo. It's going to be Pablo has all of your Saltwater Guide booth in his garage right now. So we'll all be waiting patiently. Justin, what kind of cool stuff are you going to be offering at the show?
Myself.
Yeah, you're everybody's
I
super
I haven't even thought that far ahead yet. That's a long time ahead. I have so much on my plate right now. I'll have something. I'll offer something. There is going to be some really cool stuff that we'll be giving away, though. I can't mention it yet. So.
All right, bitching. And then Daniel from Real Quicks just jumped on here, gang. Daniel's going to become our new sponsor for our Saturday Fish Report show, because Daniel understands the power of your Saltwater Guide, and we're all going to get to start seeing the Real Quick product. I talked with John Bretza, head of product development over at Akuma. He's 100% flattered that you're making the product to fit his reels. So he's super jazzed that you're going to start doing this. Dave Burris and you are going to get together. We're going to probably, more than likely, and I haven't talked to Burris yet, but I know he's in, we're going to start making some custom fishing rods for your Saltwater Guide members with the Real Quick reel seat on it, gang. There's a lot of things happening that are really spectacular moving forward for 2025 with your Saltwater Guide. I'm literally being approached every day by another sponsor wanting to jump on this ship. We're starting to make some noise, Justin. People are starting to see us with your live fishing shows. And then when Al and Pablo jump onto this live, it'll be almost, when Al and Pablo get on this live fishing show, because of the fact that we're getting new sponsors and we'll get more Starlink and more cameras, it's going to be impossible to not see any of us. We're going to be always in your living room every day. So start to get used to it, gang.
Bring it on. The Riviera's waiting.
Oh, we're bringing it on, Big Al. We're bringing it on. And Pablo's already sampled a little bit of it. Fishing with Joey and his family that night was pretty fun. They still, Pablo, are talking about how you took them to the Barefoot Bar and got those French fries. They thought that was better than the lobsters. Joey tells me all the time.
Yeah, it's almost, sometimes the kids, I mean, they have such a good time when you do that. And it takes a lot of the pressure off too, because nobody has more pressure than us as captains to make sure you go home with your limits and all that. But man, when the kids are there, and there was a little teeny baby there too they brought, but we had such a good time, and we went to the Barefoot, and unfortunately I didn't realize what I was transmitting on didn't only work off the Wi-Fi, so it cut out. But if you would have seen it, it was really cool. Like I showed them all the yellowtail there, all the different sharks and stuff, cruising around in there in the little, the pond that they have, saltwater pond. And then, yeah, the kids got food, and we did it more than once. I think we did it I think we went back there at least 2, maybe 3 times. I don't remember, but we would just drop the hoops. And then I'm like, well, we could sit around here and wait, or let's go to Barefoot Bar. They're like, let's go. And we kept going back and forth, and everybody had a blast. So, yeah, it was a good time.
Remember this party that night on that Saturday night? Oh, my God. Bellini's doing the pizza. It was such a fun night. I can't wait for the show. I'm so excited to come up there and hang out with all of you and just have fun. Kelly Girl's super excited about being there too. We're just all hoping that Pablo shows up on time on the 5th. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. And something I want everybody that's watching right now, John Stanley, we love you, John. He's gone way beyond the Call of Duty gang. He is out there right now. He's on the show. He's watching right now. John's right there. He is out there driving around. He took the day off. Listen, this is commitment to all of you. He's doing this for all of us. He took the day off from his job today to drive around and put flyers and letters up in all the tackle shops in San Diego and all the landings. He's hitting everywhere. He's fully involved in saving fishing, gang. And if you did half of what John's doing today, we could stop this. We could definitely stop this closure. We just all need to get involved. This is about all of us. It has nothing to do with sand bass. Thank you, John. I try to make it as much fun as I possibly can. That's for damn sure. But my heart goes out to you, John Stanley. Thank you so much for helping Justin, Pablo, Al, myself, Elliot, Bill Varney, and all the fishermen that are watching. I am so glad that you decided to go do that. I can't believe you took the day off from work to do it, but thank you so much, gang. And you guys could all help us on your way home from work. If you know a tackle store, drop the letter off. John Stanley will tell you right now, Justin, what he's finding out. Every tackle store he goes to, they have no idea this is coming down the pipe.
I know. I was just gonna say, I can't believe that 90+% of the landings don't have flyers or anything else out right now about this whole thing, and 90+% of the tackle shops, same exact thing. It's mind blowing. Like, I don't think, it's almost like they don't care. Unfortunately, they're gonna go out of business if it goes through. So, congratulations, you did it to yourself.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty sad. I don't want to say anything bad about them. Most of them are good friends of mine, but to think that you guys contribute to SAC, which is a phenomenal organization, the Sport Fishing Association of California, and to think that SAC's going to save you, it's SAC's going to do their best. CCA is going to do their best. But what's really going to make the impact, gang, is us, the people. We, the people, we can make the biggest impact by just showing up, sending in your letters, showing up on the Zoom call. I really, really, really want to see 30,000 people on the 13th on this Zoom call. And I know we can do it. Elliot and I know for a fact we can do it. We get videos that get more than that views on our silly little 1-minute videos. So there's enough people watching every day that we could definitely have 30,000 people on that Zoom call. It'll break it, but how cool would that be? Because what it's going to do is it's going to show them that we care. It's going to show them that we actually care.
Absolutely. And the people that are sending in letters, don't send in one, send in multiple. That's what I did. So far I've sent like 5 or 6.
Yeah, like Elliot saying, we need the community to rally and come together on this one, gang. This will show the world that we mean business out here on the West Coast. It'll show everybody. If we can come together on this, then we can slow down all the other. If we do this together as a group, we can slow down all the other closures that are coming. America voted. We're tired of the wokeness. We're tired of all this crap that's getting shoveled down our throat on a daily basis by people that don't know what they're talking about. So what Elliot and I are trying to say is we need the whole community to come together, and we're doing it. If you go on our Your Saltwater Guide community, Captain Al, Captain Pablo, Captain Justin, and myself, we talk about it endlessly. Kelly Girl spent a lot of time making that letter. Now, I know there's a bunch of long form letters out there, and I'm not trying to take anything away from anybody's letter, but let's be perfectly honest, gang. If you can do it with the least amount of words, think about it. Are you going to read a 15-paragraph letter? I'm not. And I'll guarantee you the people that have the power, they're not. I'm not taking anything away from any of the letter. They all matter, and it's all going to matter. But if you can make it as short and sweet as you possibly can, then you have an opportunity that they may read it. That's why the letter we wrote is so short, sweet, and to the point. There's another letter right there. It's all about doing something. It's all about making it as easy as you can, and then you just send that off in an email. It's so simple. But I have people in our community that are mailing letters to all the councilmen. We have a group of guys right now on our website that are emailing and sending letters to JD Vance, because JD Vance likes to fish. That's the Vice President of the United States of America. Michael Folks has Donald Trump Jr. watching his history of sport fishing now. So we're reaching out to him. We're reaching out to everybody. Hopefully somebody says, hey, enough's enough. And we can't stop people from fishing anymore. It's just ridiculous. We have zero effect on the population of the fish in the ocean with your fishing pole. And for people to say, oh, the sport boats did it. No, we didn't. We didn't do anything. There's billions of fish. I wish the sport boat, when I was running a sport boat, we could have an effect on the population of fish, because gosh darn you, I sure did try. But yeah, I can't. I like your letter. I'm just reading your letter while I'm talking. That's why it kind of seems.
Hey, you guys, I have to get off here in about a minute. I broke my crown, and I got to get on my dirt bike and ride to TJ. I got to be there at 2:00.
Be careful, you crazy man. You guys have no idea. When he says he's getting on his dirt bike he's going to jump on his dirt bike, do 120 miles an hour through traffic all the way to Tijuana. He's a crazy man. Is it raining still?
No, not right now. But yeah, I texted her and said, hey, I broke my crown. It's the temporary one, but it sucks. So I got to go get it fixed.
Okay. Well,
So
get your butt
I
down.
wanted to add something really quick before Al jumps off here. There's one way that I found, and I've been messaging them to get up to the higher power to get this heard, right? So the way that I found that what you can do is start messaging on Facebook. A lot of people read Facebook. Messaging in an email or Instagram or any of those is Willie from Duck Dynasty. He has the upper hand with Trump Jr. So Trump Jr. is a big time hunter and fisher, and California wants to get rid of both of those things if you read the whole entire article of it. But if we start messaging Willie with Duck Dynasty, maybe he'll step up and go, California needs my help, and we'll actually go up to the higher powers to actually get it through.
Right.
Get a word out there. So that's one way to go through it. But there's other ways as well. So anything will help right now. Anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, anything can help, and you don't know. As you share this, like I said, and Al, you can get going. We love you, buddy.
All
We'll
right,
talk to you soon.
I'll see you guys later.
Yep. Have a great day. Be careful on that little mini bike.
It's not easy getting older.
Yeah, I know.
regular maintenance, it comes too often. I'll see you guys.
All right, Al. Good luck today. We'll talk. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right. See ya.
All right. So that is one more thing to do. Every avenue, we should exhaust every avenue. We should all stop voting. You guys got to be getting tired of this garbage going on in California. It has a lot to do with who you vote for. Even though there's no voter ID today in California, I think there will be here shortly, because the little beggar was pulling on daddy's pant leg a couple days ago, begging for some money. And daddy said he'd only give him money if he brought back voter ID. What a phenomenal concept, huh? I mean, Pablo, if you go fishing tomorrow, what do you got to have? You got to have ID, right?
Yep. Definitely got to have ID. Definitely got to have your, at least a hard copy, or be able to show your fishing license on the app. But you got to have something.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but you don't have to have anything like that to vote for the people that are running this state into the ground. And Justin, you know all about it from the hunter side. The amount of stuff you have to go hunt is pretty criminal in California.
Yeah. You want to know what's even more criminal? Is try getting a guide license for hunting in California. I had one. Hell no. Never again will I get that. It is a freaking nightmare. So even having a guide license out for fishing and all these things that we have to do and jump through and give them our fishing logs of what we caught, and then they use it against us. To me, I don't know. I have my own opinion on it, but yeah, I won't say it.
Well, Daniel, we won't be at the hall show. So if you find your saltwater guide booth at the hall show, you sure the hell can hang out in it as long as you want, because I won't be there, and Justin won't be there, and Pablo won't be there. But you go ahead and hang out in it all you want. But you at the PCS show, yeah, we'll be there. We'll have your product in our booth. Everything's going to be working together. You're going to be a paid sponsor here any day now. I understand that. But gang, this is super important. We can't emphasize it enough. We've got to change this mentality in California. We have to. I cried last week. I don't want to be in a place where I can't take my grandkids fishing. I don't want to not be able to jump on Pablo's boat when I'm in Mission Bay, or Al's boat, or jump on Justin's boat whenever I'm in town with my grandkids and not be able to go fishing. I just can't even comprehend how that could possibly even be on the schedule, but it's the top of the list of the schedule in the state of California. Ban fishing, ban hunting. We can stop it if we all get united. If the community comes together, and people like John Stanley and Mike and everybody that's a member of the website, if you all get involved and make your voice heard, they're going to have to pay attention to us, gang. This is going to be the biggest movement ever, because when they ran that MLPA thing down our throat, we didn't have the social media. When they ran that sand bass, spotted bay bass, calico bass closure and 5 fish limit and 14-inch, we didn't have social media, but now we do. And Elliot and I share everything Pablo, Justin, and Al share with us about this, and Promar and Okuma and CCA. We are collaborating with everybody because we understand how important it is. I know I say this all the time. Oh, I got the biggest voice on the internet. Well, in Southern California, we do, and we know what to do with it, gang, and we're going to make a difference. We are all going to work together, and we're going to make a huge difference, and we're going to let them know that we care about this closure more than they can't comprehend what's about to happen, because we absolutely care. And you can see the movement, and you can go on the website at Your Saltwater Guide, and you can see what we're talking about. And it's cool that we don't have all the negative, because there's a website over the other website that used to be dominant in Southern California. If you go over there, I shared over there that, can they help us? And if you look, I think there's 14 comments over there, and 13 of them are the most vile, negative garbage you could possibly imagine. And they believe wholeheartedly that fishing should be closed. And I don't understand a fishing website that conducts itself like that, but whatever. It's so vile and so gross. And the amount of money that we're all spending to keep fishing open, it's vile. It's gross. It's so scuzzy. And it all because my name's attached to it. So all the scummy haters jump right on there. I don't even like sandbag. Oh, take away all I hate sport, but remove head from rectum, gang. Remove head from rectum. It's so gnarly over there. I can't even believe it. I know most of us don't even go on that site anymore, but I was just like, I'm trying to get the word out to everybody.
Yeah, you need, just like Anthony said, you need to go on Joe Rogan. You need to message him. Message him 100 times a day if you have to.
Yeah,
he'll
tried.
have you on his show. You just have to go over to him. If you message, I guarantee you message him 3 times a day for the next 5 days, you're going to be on it next week.
Well, believe me, Elliot and I try. We try to message him and Theo Vaughn, and it just, I don't know. But we're not stopping. We're not giving up. You're absolutely right. We're not giving up. There's no negative here. Positive all the way, 100%. We will do what we have to do to try to get in front of everybody. And everybody, maybe if me and Elliot, we reach out to these guys a lot every day. If everybody that's watching reached out to him too, I'd love to go on there and talk about this. I'd love to go on to his show and talk about sea lions. I'm going to be with April Volke and 4 other highly recognized people on the planet, and we have opposition. We're going on the April Volke show, and we're going to be talking about the California sea lion, because when April found out that the sea lions were eating her prize steelhead, the young lady started crying right there. She had no idea, and then she went down the rabbit hole, and she's like, oh my God, they're destroying the steelhead fishery. I'm like, yeah, that's just one of the gazillions of things here in California. I would love to get in front of Joe or Theo. I think they would have a blast learning about what the hell's going on. Joe already hates California politics, so he would have a ball with this one.
I think Joe Rogan would be your better bet to go on there.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Him and Theo are the top guys. They're the ones that helped it get the president elected.
On a positive note, if anyone is looking for a job, Promar Ahi is hiring a customer service rep.
Oh my gosh, really?
Promar Ahi is hiring a customer service rep. Just get a hold of Brian over at Promar and talk to him and apply.
Wow, there you go. How cool would that be to work in the industry? That would be pretty spectacular.
Yep.
I talk to Amir all the time. He never, ever wants to mess up his friendship. That's one of his very best friends in the whole world. He doesn't want to mess up his friendship with them. We just kind of hope and pray that he organically sees us or sees one of our emails, Tim. But yeah, that's a special relationship. That's one of his best friends. I don't ever want to screw up my relationship with Amir by asking him if I can you tell Joe I want to be on his show? Or tell Theo Vaughn that I want to be on his show.
Tell Joe Rogan. Or did not tell him, but ask him. Say, hey, can you have Dave? It's not hard to ask. The only way you'll get anywhere is to ask, right?
Yeah. We just keep trying. Everybody hears us now. I know that by all the people that are calling me every day wanting to be sponsors of our show. I know we're making the difference here. It will happen.
Now,
it will happen.
How about we talk about lobsters, everyone?
How about we talk about you two running open party trips in the next 2 weeks while all this weather's here, Pablo?
I wanted to mention real quick before Pablo tells you all the openings that he has, and I tell you the openings I have. I'm not going to talk about mine first. We'll talk about Pablo's. But so everyone knows, lobsters crawl during and after a rain. And what did we just have? We had rain. Thank goodness. But that's not just it. The best thing of all is we have a phenomenal amount of rain coming. I know you don't see it in your forecast, but there is a phenomenal amount of rain coming, and it's going to be hitting around the first week of February, and then another big storm right after that. This rain that we had was just a little bit just to get us going, give us a little bit of water, kill some fires. This next rainstorm coming, though, in the first week of February is going to blow your mind away. So lobsters are going to crawl. It's going to get crazy. Go out with Pablo. Go ahead, Pablo. Take it over.
Wait, real quick. Before Pablo goes. Gang, Elliot believes in his heart, and I do too. And like Joe, or like Justin and Pablo said, if all of the community, if everybody that's watching our show, if you guys are the ones sending Joe and Theo the messages, they'll listen to you guys. If it's me, it's coming from me. It looks like me begging to be on his show. But if all of you, and Elliot knows social media better than anybody on the planet, he believes in his heart. If all of you keep asking him, he will accept and have me on there, and I will fly to wherever he's at. I'll be there tomorrow morning if he decided to have me on the show, because I believe he can stop these closures, Justin. I think he can help us hunt in California. I think he can help us fish. He's got the
great idea.
So every single one of you that are watching, just send that note to Joe. Send it to Theo. Let him know.
Message Joe Rogan. Just everyone watching here, please, just send a message over to Joe Rogan. Say, hey, well, I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but I would say, hey, there's this guy, Dave Hansen, this crazy guy, Dave Hansen. He does this fishing show. He has millions of viewers, so on and so on. I think he'd be a great spot on your show as well. Something simple like that. Just keep it simple, because keeping it simple, they'll read it all. So
yeah, Pablo or Justin, Elliot says that's perfect, and I believe it is. I never even thought of that angle, gang. We've been pounding our heads for 3 years trying to get him to look at us. But if all of you, with not using, just not asking if you could be on the show, but if you ask for me, that would be epic. How cool would that be? How cool would that be that the world heard our problems?
Yeah, that would be so cool.
That would be pretty spectacular. So, yep. While you're sending out your letters to the Fishing Wildlife Commission, send them out to Joe Rogan too. That would be spectacular. All right, Pablo.
Yeah, real quick. It's no joke.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Go ahead, Pablo.
No, go ahead.
So what's Joe Rogan's contact info? So if you go to Facebook, type in Joe Rogan, look up his real page, because he has 7.6 million followers. That's the real page. If you click follow him, obviously you're going to follow him first. You're not going to message someone when you don't follow him, because they're not going to read your message. And then all you have to do is, like right here, Joe Rogan's page, click that blue button right there. It says message, and then just type a message to him. He's going to get it. He's going to eventually get it. He's not going to ignore all the messages. I mean, if you say something stupid, he's going to ignore it. But just a quick, simple, keep it simple, stupid, right?
Yeah.
This rule, keep it simple. Just something really simple. I really think you should have this guy, Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide on. He has a bunch of followers, yada, yada, yada. That's it. And if enough people say it, he's going to get the message. Maybe I should have this guy, Dave Hansen, on my show. And by next week, Dave Hansen will be on the show. There you go, everyone. So Facebook or Instagram.
And I promise you, I won't let you down, gang. If I'm on there, I'm representing every single one of you. You know that. We're trying to save fishing. I'm going to be talking from my heart. I'm going to be sharing from my heart. And I won't let anybody down. You won't not want to watch. I promise you that, because it'll be interesting. And I think Joe would find it highly interesting to find out what we're up against. Is all we want to do is take our kids fishing. He will be blown away that it's so impossible to take your kids fishing in California. And he already doesn't like the governor, so it'll be a fun show.
So yeah, if you can message him on Spotify. I don't have Spotify, so I don't really know anything about that. But Spotify, Instagram, every single platform for social media, just message Joe on it. Remember, everyone, the key thing about getting your word out there is to keep it simple. If you have a big old huge long paragraph, he doesn't have time to read.
No one's reading it.
No one's going to read it. Just one sentence or two sentences. That's it. Keep it simple. And we'll see what happens.
Yes, we will. All right, Pablo, you're on.
All right. Yeah, that's all really good stuff. Definitely going to message too. Follow him, like Justin said, and message him. We got to get you on there, Dave, for sure. As far as open party stuff goes, guys, from now till the end of the season, I'm going to be running midweek stuff and weekend stuff. So whatever works for you, get a hold of me. and then we'll pin down the dates. I'm waiting to hear from Jason Cutter and Darren. I know they threw out some dates. So there's a trip there. I have, I think, 3 or 4 that are going to be coming up on the boats. I just need to narrow down the dates, just confirm everything with everybody. But get a hold of me at 619-431-3070. And essentially, there's going to be a couple days during the week and a couple days on the weekend from now till the season's end. So if you guys want to go, call me and I'll get you out there.
And the end's always the best anyway, gang, like Justin and I have been talking about for years. The end of the season's always the best. And now with this weather and the barometric pressure change, these things are going to start crawling in places that you had no idea that they were even there because you haven't caught any this year. So if you can't go with Pablo or you can't go with Justin, they are more than happy to go with you on your boat. And it's kind of a good deal, right, Justin? Like Paul, or not Paul, Anthony, he fished with you a bunch, but he wanted the confidence to have you up there in the bridge while he's driving the boat, showing him what you're doing. Same thing with Pablo. You've been with so many different people. It just gives them a little bit of confidence boost when they're out there in the middle of the night in the dark hooping. It's kind of overwhelming. And if you want to try it and you want to get into it, these 2 guys, and Al too, they go with you on your boat and they teach you how to do it on your boat. These guys are licensed guides. Once again, Justin will tell you it's the craziest thing in the world, but we have to have a license to go with you on your boat to teach you how to fish on your boat. They made it especially for me back in 2016 that there was no guide license for saltwater guides in Southern California, but lo and behold, because of my big mouth, I got us guide licenses now.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, my pleasure. You got to get a guide license. You got to get a dang bond. The bond is hilarious, Justin, right?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Like why?
$1,000 bond. You ever been on a yacht before? The bonds cover you for $1,000. The damn Promar bait scoop's $1,000.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. I'm gonna make this really quick because I gotta get going here in a minute. I gotta go feed puppies.
Yeah, you got a bunch of puppies, snakes, lizards, frogs.
Yeah, I just checked a whole bunch of snakes and frogs too right now. So I have some openings between now and February 18th. So after the 18th, my boat's coming out of the water. I'm having a bunch of stuff done to it, like bottom painting and so on and so on, a bunch of every 3 to 4 year stuff that we do. But this Friday, I have an open party trip. If you want to go local for lobsters, let me know. And the week after that, I have dates available as well. So if you want to charter or open party, just let me know. And we could set something up. I have quite a few dates available, and it's getting good right now. It's pretty funny because I was booked up the last few months, and now it's getting really good. So let me know if you want to go, and that's all I got right now. I really have to go.
All right. Have fun with those puppies.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Talk to you later. Oh, my phone number is 951-703-9442. See ya.
There you go, gang. Get with Justin. There's his QR code for his boat. Check it all out. You can get over there, grab the QR code. You can go right over there and check it out. And then, Pablo, I'm so glad that you're doing okay. I was really worried about you. You said you were going to call me right after, and then I got a text from you that next day. I was kind of worried about you, buddy. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah, no, it was all good, man. It was
thank God.
A lot better than I thought. So I feel great. So yeah, I've just been kind of taking it easy, just a little kind of aftercare stuff, but I'm ready to go, man. And I feel like I've just been pent up, kind of like my wings clipped for a little while, but I am so ready to go. I mean, honestly, I could care less if anybody wants to go fishing with me. I would prefer it if they did, but I'm going to be going this week too. Crawl is on, and I'm going to just load up. I'll load up for the family and probably get my mom out there, Caden out there. And I do have a few people that want to go, and I want to get everybody out there because from now till March 20th, it's game on. Those things are creeping, crawling. You can tell by all the posts. The bigger ones are out, and it's not that hard to get them. They're not that smart. We just use our Promar ahi stuff, and we set them up right. You got to do it exactly the right way, and then you get the good results. And that's what we're going to do from now till March 20th. So let's get out there.
Yeah, don't hesitate. Give Pablo a call, gang, because you don't know if you're just you and you want to go try it and you want to go see it. If you're up in LA, Long Beach area, you want to call Justin. But if you're down in that San Diego area, you want to call Pablo. Captain Al tried doing it a couple times. He's he'll go with you on your boat if you want. But for him, he's like me. We're old men to get everything ready and go do it and the whole thing. Yeah, he's going to let Pablo do these. He's not too much into this hoop netting thing anymore. He tried it a couple times. It's like so gnarly on us old guys. I understand him. He's going to be doing the back bay fishing this winter time and doing that Coronado rock cod stuff, doing what he's been doing the whole time. But as far as the lobster thing, he's handing that totally over to Pablo. So if you want a hoop net in San Diego area, there's only one place to go. That's fishing with Pablo. It's pretty spectacular. Or if you have your own private boat, our guides, every one of them are licensed guides. So you're not going to have any problems. There's not going to be the fishing game coming and separating you and embarrassing everybody in front of your kids. Our guys are licensed. We know what we're doing, and we can come on your boat and give you that confidence, which is pretty spectacular. Right, Pablo?
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's one of the favorite things for us to do is to go out and guide, because we love going through your boat, making sure everything's set up properly. We make kind of a wish list and then a punch list of have to do and then would be nice to do. Get you all set up, teach you anything you don't know about your boat, and then just go over anything that you could possibly imagine. And if you don't have an idea of what you want to go over, we definitely have things that we go over, but it's good to have an idea of what you want to go over when we show up. And then we just go out and we just do as much as possible, videotape it, record it, just make sure you take notes and then you have it for future. But yeah, the hoop netting, I love to go out guiding in hoop netting. It's a blast. I love to have people come out on my boat. Daniel Rubin just hit up on here that he wants to go Thursday. So all I need is 2 more people to go, and we're going Thursday. And yeah, so that would be a yes, Daniel. But if anybody wants to go, get a hold of me and let's go get them. And if we're in Mission Bay, we'll definitely go live. And then we're going to keep working on this live stuff because it seems like everybody likes it. And yeah, we're ready to go. Let's get out there. Let's get some of these bigger bugs.
Absolutely. That's what you have to do. You want to go get lobsters so you have them, because they're phenomenal to eat, and the season's going full speed right now. There's no reason to not go. We're going to end the show one more time talking about this sand bass thing. I know we've been pounding it into your heads, but this is so important to every single person in California, even if you don't think it is, and even if you don't like fishing for fish, and even if you don't like me or the sport boats, I don't care. Think about your grandchildren. They might like going outside and fishing. You don't know that they're going to have the same hate in their heart that you have. So put your hate aside and try to help us save fishing. Try to get involved in this and help us. Dino, it's good to see you, buddy. It's been a few days, but thanks for watching in Florida. Everybody, Florida, Texas, New York, Hawaii, Australia, wherever, send in a letter. Let's not let them close fishing in California. And that's what's going to happen if they get this sand bass thing, whether you guys understand it or not. I can't help you if you don't understand it. If the hate drives so deep inside you, I can't help that. But I can tell you that it matters to me and my grandkids, and Pablo and his kids, and he's going to have some grandkids here one day, and he's going to want to take them fishing, and Justin's going to, and Captain Al already told you how much he likes taking them, and Bill Varney's going to join us on Wednesday, and he's super passionate about this, and he's doing everything, kicking every can, turning over every rock, trying to make this happen. Tomorrow I got Steve Carson joining me with Michael Folks. If you guys don't know Steve Carson, he's a plethora of history. He's all about this sand bass thing. Michael Folks and I will be interviewing Steve Carson tomorrow. Wednesday, Bill Varney and Al will be with me. Thursday, my beautiful wife will be hanging out with us talking sand bass. And then on Friday, we're going to explain to you how to locate the sand bass. There's very few people left that know how we did it back in the day when they were actually here. And we're going to have the great Don Brockman, owner of Davies Locker in the Freelance, joining me on here to explain to everybody how this fish just doesn't nilly-willy swim around out in the mud and you just drive up and catch it. You have to know how to hunt, and it's a big deal. And to think that these people that don't know what the hell they're talking about are going to close a fish that they don't know where it even lives is absolutely ludicrous. So it's going to be a great week, great bunch of people. And Pablo is so happy to see you. I think everybody is. Well, everybody was worried about you, buddy. So yay, yay.
Appreciate that.
Thank you all for watching today. Thanks for watching Wendy. Send her a message, grab her letter. We can't send enough stuff, gang. It's impossible. One isn't enough. 20's not enough. You can't send enough stuff. Let's just stay active and stay involved, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Turn off the news. They're all lying. This is the only place you get the